All right, folks, I wanted to welcome you to this masterclass collaboration between the USCCA and the Warrior Poet Society. It's a really, really cool project. The idea is to take an average couple in the United States that hasn't really delved into the world of firearms, security, and home defense stuff and bring them up to speed by just taking a few lifestyle changes, adding some gear, but basically a real rubber meets the road project of how you go from zero to where you want to end up. In this first episode, we're going to be talking about concealed carry mindset and some of those cool things. The second one, we're going to take them out onto the range, and they're going to actually go through a couple classes, a Pistol 1 and a Pistol 2 class. The third one, we're in the home, and we're going to take a look at their floor plan, all the stuff around their home, and try to figure out what's the best bang for their buck to get a lot of safety, security, early warning, and criminal deterrence. And then the fourth one, we're going to wrap it all together by establishing a few scenarios where they're going to do some fights, some force-on-force engagement. That's going to be a little bit scary, but man, you're going to love it to watch. And after the fact, maybe not going through it after the fact, they'll really appreciate it. So anyway, thanks so much for joining in. But right now it's time for me to meet the couple, and you guys are coming along with me. So here we go. Tactics trump skills. He's back. Wonderful.
I didn't grow up in a family where guns were ever around.
You have some shocks on that car with a slight bend. Have these concentric circles way outside your home so that they don't even want it.
Hey, get out!
Yeah, shooting's fun, man. So Mike, Mary, thanks so much for hanging out with me. And I think there's a ton of people out there that are like you, and you're busy with kids and work and whatnot, and you don't have a lot of the mental space to really sit down and be like, let me tackle security. And I think just being able to make some really tiny lifestyle changes and a couple little hardware upgrades, people don't realize how simple it could be to take your security level here and go really to a higher level. So thanks for kind of being the stand-in for everybody out there. But anyway, I wanted to be able to get to know you guys. So what do you guys do?
I'm a regional sales manager, and I'm on the road a lot, traveling out throughout the Midwest.
Okay, very good. How often are you traveling?
Probably every other week.
Every other week. How do you like that?
It can be scary being home by myself with the kids.
Yeah, well, because the kids are scary.
I don't mind them being gone so much, but
are your kids scary, or are ninjas coming for you?
Yeah.
Which one's worse?
The latter. I don't know.
My wife, I'm traveling all the time as well, and we've got two little kids, 5 and 7. How old are your kids?
Well, they range in age from 21 to 6, but we have a 12-year-old and a 6-year-old in the house.
And so you stay home with them, or do you also work
I also
outside
work. I'm a photographer, but I work out of my home.
So where are you at in terms of security?
Well, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I bought my first pistol. I didn't grow up in a family where guns were ever around. We weren't anti-gun, but we just wasn't part of our lifestyle at all. Okay. And so I felt like, in my head, I should at least have a firearm in case of something.
Yeah.
It's better to have something than wish you had it and didn't have it. So I've been to, I went to the firing range a few times. My wife's been to the firing range. We took one of our boys to the firing range a couple times.
So you have one pistol in the house, is
Correct.
that right?
Yes.
No other long guns, shotguns, anything like that?
Nothing.
Very good. And are you happy with that? Are you wanting to arm up more? Please say arm up more.
Yeah.
Because America, and,
Yeah. Well, I'd like to get Mary something that she can carry around with her and have in the home. Having the one gun, if I know that I'm going somewhere that may be unsafe, I like to take it with me. But something for her that she could carry and protect the kids when I'm gone.
So Mary, where are you at with all the gun stuff? You ready to start carrying, or is that still a bit intimidating and a little far-fetched for you? What do you think?
No, I think I am ready. I'm a photographer, and I have some photo sessions that I've gone to that have been a little strange. I don't always meet my clients ahead of time. I usually talk to someone on the phone.
Well, I appreciate that your eyes are open and you at least realize that of like, man, I am vulnerable here. There's so many folks out there in the exact same situation, and everyone thinks, yeah, that happens somewhere else. It's not going to happen to me though, and until it does, and then you're scarred as just kind of a victim, and you can get over some of that stuff. But man, it takes time, and it's a just terrible thing. So I appreciate that that's not okay anymore. You don't need me to be like, hey, Mary, that is crazy dangerous. Well, what do you think about all this stuff for her and working with other folks and you on the road?
Yeah, it's a little scary. I mean, hearing her talk about it like that now, really talking about it makes me a lot more worried than maybe I was even before.
Yeah, you're concerned and you do a couple little things, but man, it's not that you don't care or something. It's most folks just don't have the time to sit down and think through all this stuff and make some real preventative actions, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that y'all have done some stuff, and I like even more that you're ready to turn it up.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that we're just kind of getting to know each other and hang out, but I can't help but slip into kind of Instructor John mode immediately on it, and some things immediately sprang to mind. It's not just a gun problem of like, a gun's going to solve our problems. It's really don't go to stupid places at stupid times with stupid people, that old kind of adage thing, and you know that. All right, so Mike, shifting over, you're traveling all the time and you're bringing a pistol with you or not?
If I know that I'm going to some place where I may worry about something or, a location that might be more dangerous than another, I definitely think about it, and I do bring it quite often. I do worry about whether it's legal for me to carry in that state or not, and I really don't know the laws for that. I have a concealed carry for our state, but the surrounding states and the states that I travel to, I don't always know if I can carry there. So I'm just kind of confused about some of I hear there's reciprocity in other states, and I don't really know what those laws are. I should really check into it more.
I'm confused too, because it seems like the Second Amendment implies the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. That seems like an infringement to me. Anyway, USCCA has a really cool resource if you check out their website, and it's got a map that shows all the states and how they reciprocate with each other so that you can really quickly go to those laws. Rather than go down the law stuff, which is important for us to know, I'd really rather be like, all right, there's the resources, go check them out. Mm-hmm. And I'd rather us be a little bit more brass tacks, rubber meets the road tactically. A lot of times, opportunistic criminals will get us when we're in transit. When we're in our castle and in our home, we can set the stage and be a little bit more defensible, but we're even more especially vulnerable when we're in transit. So you're right to be security minded and carrying a gun, but it can be difficult tactically if all of a sudden you're getting out of your vehicle, grabbing a bag, and when you turn around, there's some joker pointing a gun at your head, and you're like, you've got a gun in the glove box, which might as well be 1,000 miles away because you can't get to it in time, right? If someone wishes you harm, how do we get the best bang for our buck to be able to stop that, to mitigate our risk? And that's what I kind of want to center in with you, both in the home and outside the home. So what I want to do with the kind of rest of our time is I think we need to get out on the range and do some training. Pistol 1 and Pistol 2 class, y'all are signed up for that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited about that?
Yeah. Very excited.
Are you lying to me because we're on camera and you'll hurt my feelings if you say different?
Very excited.
We are.
So that's the stuff I want to go through with you, and I want to take a look at your home, if you don't mind.
That'd be great.
Good, because we already agreed in advance that you were cool with it. So take a look at your home and figure out what is some simple stuff. My goal is for everyone tuning in to realize, man, okay, we're busy as well. You're busy just like everyone else is. What are some simple things that we can do to make ourselves safer in the home and outside the home? And I think it's low-level fruit. Anyone could get it, right? And so thanks again for being kind of like the stand-in for everyone tuning in. But I think we're going to be able to help you some. And I like what you've already done in your journey. You've done well so far, but we're going to do even better, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Y'all excited?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let's get after it.
All right.
All right, cool.
So, John, I was listening in on a conversation that you were having with Mike and Mary, and you were talking about not living in a world of paranoia. And I would like to kind of go a little deeper on it right now, if you wouldn't mind.
You can't eliminate all risk. I just want them to eliminate unnecessary risk, right? You got to live, right?
Yeah, you do. Mike, what do we teach our people?
In concealed carry and home defense fundamentals, we dive really deep into, Cooper's codes, white, yellow, orange, red, and we really go through all of the different scenarios and how they fit into that and where you need to live your life. Walking around with a cell phone, condition white. You have no idea what's going on outside of that 2 feet right in front of your face. Condition yellow, you're out, you're kind of looking around, your phone's in your pocket. You're taking in what's around you. Condition orange, okay, you've recognized something's not right. There's a sketchy dude standing down. Yeah, right here. Sketchy dude standing on the corner.
Super sketchy.
And then, condition red, it's going down. Something's happening.
Well, it starts with situational awareness, right? I mean, you have to know what's going on around you.
Nothing good tends to happen when you're out after, say, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating, but there's some truth to that as well, right? I see so many bad things go down at night, and that doesn't mean don't leave your house. It doesn't mean don't do this, don't do that. But what it does mean is you do have to have that knowledge base of how are we likely to get into trouble? How are we likely to then deal with it as far as the avoid, escape, defend?
What are some threat indicators that folks can be like, dude, that looks fishy? He looks Mike-ish.
Just how people are walking, what they're, follow their eyes. Are they watching you? Are they trying to keep an eye on you, but they're looking to see what else is going on around, to see if there's, any witnesses? Are you going to be an easy target?
Right.
Because honestly, that's what the bad guy's looking for. An easy grab and go, whatever it is that they're trying to do.
I think that's really, really important to have those types of verbal skills to de-escalate that situation.
Yeah.
If you can't move away from it, then make sure you can do whatever you can to kind of put yourself in a position of advantage and not allow them to gain that advantage over you. Maybe I can talk them out of it. Hey, I don't want any trouble right now.
Avoid stupid places. Profile folks so you
dark
see
alley.
the threat coming. Be situationally aware and realize the answer's not always a gun. Sometimes it's verbal de-escalation. Everyone thinks the answer's gun, and man, that's so far down the pipeline.
Yeah.
Avoidance, that's the key. Avoid the
Holy
situation
smokes.
altogether. You never need it.
In our next episode, episode 2, we're going to take them out to the range and they're going to be running and gunning. Well, maybe we're not going to immediately just put a gun in their hands and let them run with it. It's a little bit more of a metaphor. Bear with me, guys. Then we're going to spool them up a little bit by the second day in Pistol 2, and they're going to be using cover and concealment, and we're going to give them tips along the way to kind of hold their hand through this process.